it so badly. They want to take their children back and really teach their children individually. Probably the cost will be half, and the education will be maybe many, many times better. So we look forward to this. I want to just make one little personal statement. Teachers to me are among the most important people in this country, and we're going to take care of our teachers. And I don't care if they're in the union or not in the union, that doesn't matter. But we're going to take care of our teachers, and I believe the states will take actually better care of them than they are taken care of right now. They'll work all sorts of systems and even merit systems. Those great teachers are going to be maybe a little bit better rewarded, or maybe that's the way it should be, but the states are going to make that decision. But we're going to love and cherish our teachers along with our children, and they're going to work with the parents, and they're going to work with everybody else, and it's going to be an amazing thing to watch, and it's really going to be something special. And Linda, you're presiding over something that's so important, and you're going to do a fantastic job, just like you have your whole life. I know your whole life I've been watching you. I've been watching you for a long time. She's had nothing but success. So it's tremendous to have you, and hopefully you won't be there too long, but we're going to find something else for you, Linda, okay? So this will conclude what we are talking about with respect to our most cherished group of people, and that's our children. We want to have our children well educated. We want them to love going to school. We have examples of it. Look at those beautiful, bright-eyed faces. They are so smart. They're so smart. And with that, I'm going to come down and we're going to sign a very important document, and we're going to be on our way. People have wanted to do this for many, many years, for many, many decades. And I don't know, no president ever got around to doing it, but I'm getting around to doing it. So thank you very much.
President Trump at the White House in the East Room. So this is the executive order signing we've been talking about throughout the day, where the president, as he said in his remarks, is signing this order which is aimed at the eventual dismantling the Federal Department of Education, because you can't do that single-handedly. You would need the Congress, which established the department in 1979, to sign on eliminating it. But he's trying to gut it over time as much as he can. Already fired up the workers there, and now he's signing that order. There's a lot to talk about. He talked about Linda McMahon, the secretary, saying that hopefully she'll be our last Secretary of Education. That's how he started the event and introduced a number of Republican governors who are there. It's something that the president says has been 45 years in the making. We'll have a lot of conversations here over the next 90 minutes or so about this. See the president's signature on the EO. Corey Johnson is our next guest up here. He's Apostrophe's Chief Market Strategies, host of a podcast called the Drill Down Podcast. And we're going to talk to you about a number of things, Corey, but this could be one of them. I mean, you're in the tech world, and this is an issue. You spend a lot of time with tech CEOs that people talk about, but reflections today as you see this, a lot of politics here, of course.
A lot of politics, and I think the notion of a lot of change coming out of the White House, and change being driven by the White House and being fought by some of the people involved across the board, including in the courts. I was in D.C. this week, and I was meeting with a bunch of tech CEOs who were in D.C. for various reasons, not least which meant meeting with investors. But there was so much change coming out of the White House right now, or concern about it. It's an interesting time. I sat with a CEO of a company called Elastic. It's a big S&P 500 publicly traded software company. And they think there are actually more deals on the table right now because everyone working in government is worried about who they could be targeted next if they're not really thinking about efficiency, thinking about maybe changing the way that they do things. And some of these companies like Elastic think they're being able to get in there and have some sales calls they might not have otherwise had.
So that's kind of interesting. So this is all part of that, maybe not directly related to that, but this attitude, we talked about Elon Musk earlier, for example, federal judge blocking Doge's access to Social Security Administration. You don't know what's going to happen day to day. You know, I've been covering business news for a long time. There's nothing worse than that.
Chaos is not good for business.
Right.